You can find me on YouTube. My channel, not creatively, is called Grant Thrall on YouTube. And this is just a screen snapshot of one of my videos. And what I've done here is on the axis going away from us is the zip codes in Alachua County where Gainesville is. And on the horizontal axis I have time period. And I could select by housing size. And this is the dollar sales price of actual transactions over time, where I downloaded the property assessment data file. And property assessment data files in a GIS format are available, and correct me if I'm wrong, Doug, on CCIM Redix. I believe they are. So you have this stuff. This is data that you can use today. And so what do we see again? We see that logistic S-curve. Life is flat, and then it increases at an increasing rate, and then it reaches an asymptote, and then we see a pullback, and you'll see another logistic S-curve, but identify what is your timing of hold. If you're buying for investment, or if you're buying for preservation of capital, like Ray Tordo talked about. This is known. We know this stuff. Spatial diffusion again. Okay. Popular movie. Forrest Gump. It's Florida's real estate development. Seaside, Florida. Forrest is sitting there on a park bench. And Forrest says, life is like a box of chocolates. You can't tell what's going to happen until you pull it out and bite it open. In other words, Forrest is saying life is random. And that's wrong. Life is not random. Life is not like a box of chocolates. I think you know what I'm going to say. You can read it on the screen. Life is a logistic S-curve. And real estate doesn't go up like a straight line. It goes up, flattens out, pulls back, and then it does another logistic S-curve if you have an external perturbation. If you don't, we're in equilibrium. Or maybe, where things are flat. And maybe we'll go into a Schumpeter equilibrium where things totally fall apart. And that's normal for markets. And it might be good. It might be good for Pinellas County. It might make a long-term, short-term suffering, sure, but long-term opportunity. Here's some work that I've done with another geospatial data provider that happens to be a colleague of mine. He's in finance at University of Michigan, Dennis Corpoza. And Dennis owns a company. He's another one of these crossovers. You'll see a lot of these crossovers at areas, and I'm proud of them. People that are contributors significantly to academia and people that have been successful in business. And Dennis Corpoza's company is Foursquare Zip. And what he has done is he's created a national database on the likelihood of a mortgage failure using a variety of indices. And you'll be able to download I'll be making a presentation on this more on Saturday, but I believe, Doug, that they can access the Aries papers that we present. Anyway, it'll be available to you on through CCIM, where Dennis and I talk about his Foursquare Zip. And here we have a probability surface, and it integrates information on actual mortgage failure and the economic base and the things that you would expect would create mortgage failure. And then Dennis, ever thinking about how can he improve the value of his data to the consumer, and that's you. He said, well, let's do an experiment. Let's relate mortgage failure to the psychographic indices. And darn if there was not a correlation, as we had expected. You might have two households that are equally in debt, and one walks, and the other one sticks it out. And we know who they are, and we know where they are, with just a few percentage of error. So that is one of the implications of the banking industry, is that this catastrophe that we've gone down has actually propelled the market to create more information products, as well as profits, but more information products to reduce our risk. So we've become better at investing. Now, I'm going to do a segue into education. I'm going to make a case to you that education is like retail.